Yo, welcome to the man cave. Drown they legends. WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leave Diggy, Coach Edd, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. Yeah. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Whoa. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. Yeah, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the man cave where the legends collide. Leaf Diggy and Coach Edd got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Yeah. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Hey. Dishing out knowledge like assists we aim. Whoa. In the man cave where we elevating the game. Okay. So grab your seat, let the action ignite. Yeah. WNBA, we bring it to light. Keep it tight.
What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tapping in to another episode of New York Liberty Courtside with Coach Edd. I am Coach Edd, and I am here today to bring you the watch along between the New York Liberty and the Washington Mystics. This is a Commissioner's Cup game, so it currently goes to the standings, and it's a lot going on. The Liberty are doing very well, so they're pretty much in the first positioning right now. So can the Liberty continue their hot streak, or can Washington, in a sense, knock them down? So we're going to see. Really excited about this game. So appreciate everyone for being here. As always, thank you for always supporting the channels. Today, make sure you guys hit the like button for New York Liberty Courtside at Coach Edd Sports, the Aboriginal Sports Network, and the Hardcore Sports Network. All that information is there in the description. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Sub up. Make sure you guys sub up so you can get notified. And always comment your thoughts on the game and everything that's going on, okay? Appreciate it. If you're on Facebook, make sure you just hit that little heart, that little like button. So let us know that you're watching along. So appreciate everyone again for tapping in. So let's just jump into the pregame before the game starts. The current standings, as it goes right now, you have Vegas overall number 1, Minnesota number 2, and the Liberty. They're in the third spot. So there you have it. Let's see. Washington is in the 8, 9, 10. They're in the 11th spot. So so it's going to be a fight for them. So we'll see. But this is going to be a nice little battle and a test for the Liberty. Also, you're going to have Sabrina Ionescu. She's going to be coming back and making her another start in the season. So because she's been out for some while. So but if we take a look at some of the top stats in terms of the Liberty players, in terms of scoring, you have Breanna Stewart, 20.4 points a game, and then Jonquel Jones at 13.3. In terms of rebounding, top two are Jonquel and Breanna. Jonquel's at 9.6, while Breanna is at 8.8. In terms of assists, you have Pauline Ostia leading the way at 3.8, with Maureen Johannes at 3.3. Now for Washington, their top scorer is Sonia Citron at 17.1, and Shakira Austin, who's having a very good season, at 15.1. In terms of rebounds, it's Kiki Arifin at 8.9 per game, while Shakira Austin is at 8.5. And then with assists, you have Georgia Moore at 3.8 and Citron at 3 assists per game. So that's going to be some of the keys in terms of the overall stats. I mean, on the court, one of the big keys I'm going to be looking at, of course, is going to be Sabrina. How is she handling? What is her minutes? Is she going to be what type of minutes restriction? And then Satu Sabali, she's starting to get into a rhythm and starting to pick up. Last game she played very well for New York, so definitely want to see how she is on the court. Now, in terms of going up against players versus Washington, it's going to be Sabrina versus Citron, but it's also going to be down in the paint with Shakira Austin and Jonquel Jones. I mean, those two players really get after it. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go, rebounding as well as scoring wise. Jonquel can also take it out to the 3-point line. Shakira Austin doesn't have that in her game, but she can slash and take it to the hole. So Jonquel is going to have to be very careful and not get caught up in fouls. You also have Betts, who's starting to get into a rhythm and is starting to pick it up. And with her size, she can cause a problem down low for New York. So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup there. So, but again, make sure you guys also tap into the chat button. Thanks for the Aboriginal Sports Network, as well as Mitch Kofsky with the Hardcore Sports Network. And yes, Orange and Blue Skies, Mitch, yes, the New York Knicks brought it home. So basketball is back in the Mecca where I like it to be. So I'm definitely a Knicks fan as well as a Liberty fan. So New York, the last 3 years, that's 2 championships in New York. So hopefully the Liberty can continue the trend this year and make it 3 in 3 years and get a double with both the Knicks and the Liberty winning it at the same time. So we'll see how that goes. So for me, the game is going to be on WWOR here in New York. So I'll be tapped in if you're in the New York area and not out in the streets partying and celebrating the Knicks championship. That's where you can tap in and see, or if you can stream it on your phone. So you get any championship. Yeah, Mitch. I was looking at it. I was looking at the T-shirts. The ones they were wearing yesterday. It's already sold out, and unfortunately, they don't have anything for the big sexies like me. So you know how I do, Mitch. But I'm hoping to find somewhere where I can get those T-shirts that they were wearing yesterday because I really like them. So thanks, man, for tapping in. So, but you guys, make sure you guys tap in. Let me know your key thoughts in terms of key matchups. Is it Sabrina? Is it going Sabrina versus Citron? So um, I'm really interested in intrigued with that. So, but again, New York has their bench is starting to get into it. They're starting to, the depth is going to start being there with Sabrina. Is she going to be coming off the bench or is she going to be starting? That's another thing because as you see, Satu Sabali, when she came back, she's been coming off of the bench. So if you bring her, Satu and Sabrina off of the bench, that also means that Maureen Johannes and Pauline Ostier will both be starting for the most part. So we'll see. There was a Sixers fan on Twitter that called me a fake Philly fan for liking the players. Hey, look, everybody has their opinions, and that's how you got to look at it, Mitch. You are a Sixers fan. I know you. I've known you for years, bro. You definitely are a Sixers fan. You also keep it real, So it's not always about um, cookies and creams, sweet pies, things of that nature. Always being on cloud nine. Hey, sometimes like the Knicks. If you really go back and you look at it since the last time they went to the finals in '99. I mean, it's been a lot of dysfunction in how they built the program. So, even with the Liberty right here, there was a moment when Sabrina, when she was drafted #1 overall, there was that fight before they worked their way up, to get to the championship. Yes, they brought some players in, but they worked their way up to it. So I say that to you, Mitch, as far as a Sixers fan, expect the same thing. And that's how it really should be in sports, man. You come in and you work hard. You don't want to have it given to you easy. You want to work hard at it so you can ultimately come away as a champion. So I know that. I've been there. I've done it for so many times in my years as a coach. So oops, I forgot to put on the okay, there we go. So I get you, bro. So don't take that personal. Don't stress yourself over that. So, but we got probably another about 10 minutes or so, maybe 8 minutes before tip off. So I'm intrigued. Again to see. I did not check to see the actual starters. Let me just see if I can find it real quick on Twitter. New York Liberty. to because they usually put out who definitely is starting. So let me see. So we have okay, it's the same starting five. You have Paulina Sierra, Marine Johannes, Phoebus, Breanna Stewart, and Stewie. So but again, they put out a post earlier about all the players were available. So again, how many minutes is Sabrina going to play this tonight? So but again, that also helps the bench, man. I mean, like I said, you got Satu coming off the bench. That's great explosion, versatility, along with Rebecca Gardner, um, Han. Uh, sorry. You have the new Carrera who just came on, Benijah Laney. So we're gonna see. So let's see. Dino DeMarco said, "I'm taking this game to go over 167. I guess 167 between the two teams. Yeah, the Liberty can put up points. So I mean, right now, if we look here, it says that they're favored by 13 and a half. So they're 9-4 overall, 5-3 at home, while the Mystics are 5-6 and 3-3 on the road. So it's going to be a fight, in a sense. But hopefully, if the Liberty do what they're supposed to do, yes, they can come away, in great positioning, not only in the Commissioner's Cup, but in terms of their play on the basketball court during the regular season. But so again, like I had said earlier, if we go back and take a look at the standings, let me bring it back up. Again, as you see, New York is literally Minnesota is 11-3 and New York is 10. No, I thought that was. I think that's. Hold on one second. I think that's incorrect. I thought it was. I thought it was 10-4. I'm pulling up the standings off of ESPN. So unless something changed. Yeah, it says the Lynx are 10-3 with the Aces. New York is 9-4. Atlanta is 8-4, and that's who New York just beat. Is Atlanta. So, but again, New York is in the third spot. So, that's the good thing. Let me bring that up for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Add to the stage. Okay, here we go. So, as you see, Vegas is 10-3, Minnesota is 10-3, and New York is 9-4. Atlanta is 8-4. So, and again, like I said before, Washington is at 5-6. They're 4-6 over their last 10, while New York, as you see, is 7-3 over their last 10. They've won 6 in a row. Washington, they lost their last game in a Commissioner's Cup. So, there it is. New York also, in terms of points per game, they're averaging 88.6 points a game, while the opposition's point per game is at 82.6 per game. Washington is at 83%. 83 points per game, where they're giving up 86.7 per game. So I do expect New York to hit 88 points minimum, because again, Washington is giving up about 87 points. So I do think New York can hit the 89 point range, if not go over that. So, really interesting to see these teams, when they get out there on the court. So, and eventually how it goes. Now, again, I was talking about the bench for New York, in terms of the players that are on the bench that have been contributing. Again, you have Satu Sabali, who is on the bench, Han Shu, Benijah Laney, there she's also on the bench. Let's see, why isn't this opening up? Okay, here we go. Again, Rebecca hasn't been getting that much playing time. Raquel Carrera, Marine Fafu. I hope I said her name right. She's been getting the playing time, but I think with um, Sabrina back, that's going to reduce her time. But again, you have Annalie Malik also coming off the bench. That's who I was forgetting. So, but that also shows you how deep New York's bench is. Because they do have players that you can throw in there, and you know what? They may not be the on a Stewie level, but they're more than good enough to help New York along the way. And again, like I said, with Falthou and Malley as developmental players, there's a good bench there. So, but again, I'm just waiting for the game to get ready to start. It should be coming on in just a few moments. Make sure again, you guys again tap in. Let me know. And again, Dino DeMarco, I'm going to keep an eye on that. Like you said, total of 187 points between the two teams. So, and you said you're taking the over on that. So it's going to be that's going to be interesting for me to see, how New York plays, if they're going to be able to play with great speed like they normally do. So let me get this all set in terms of the game cast. And here we go. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's coming on now. Again, like I said, right now on the broadcast, they're showing Sabrina shooting, so I'm definitely expecting her to play today. Again, how many minutes? That's what I'm intrigued to see. So, and we'll go from there. So, but again, New York in terms of the Commissioner's Cup, they're 4-0 with a plus 46 points. They're in first place. Washington is 2-2 at minus 15. So again, the Commissioner's Cup, they go by point differential, your record. New York right now holds the key to the cup right now. Again, they're undefeated. They're the only team in the East that's undefeated. So and if they win the East, they're going to play the winner of the West in the Commissioner's Cup. And right now, it is looking like it's Las Vegas because Las Vegas also just beat Minnesota yesterday. So those were the top two teams. And in the East, it was New York and Atlanta, and they beat Atlanta. I believe it was on Friday that they just took it, Thursday or Friday. I do forget which day it was. So, but really excited to see. And again, like I said, how because this team is starting to get into a good rhythm. Like I said, Satu Sabli last game, 19 points. She was 5 of 9 from the floor, 5 of 6 from three, and 4 from 4 from the free throw line. So she's getting into a nice rhythm, and her presence on the court just is helping New York and making it tough. Now here's the starters. You got Amora Citron, Michelle Anuwale, Angelica Dokolich, and Shakira Austin starting for Washington, and we already went over New York with Ostier, Johannes, Stewart, Phoebus, and Jones. So it's going to be a nice little matchup there to go as far as the key starters. So, and again, like I said, looking at Shakira Austin and Jones, I'm intrigued to see how they go head to head. Because that's going to be rebounding as well as scoring there. So again, with between the two. So, but again, we're going to see Sydney Johnson's the head coach in Washington, second season. It's 21 and 34 overall. So, we'll see. We'll see, and we'll take it from there. So, but again, players on the court. New York is in the their jerseys with Brooklyn on the front. So it's the seafoam color with looks like it's blue piping or black piping down the line. So Washington is in white, and everyone is set. Looks like something's happening on the court, so that's why they're holding everything up. And you have Austin jumping with Jonquel Jones. So here we go. And the ball is up, and the ball is tipped and won by New York. Ostiers coming over the half court line, got it by Amore, and they stopped the play. Okay, so it's 9:54:18 on the shot clock for New York. Ostier is going to be inbounding. Something must be happening on the court where they're stopping it. So, but Ostier has the ball, and she's now getting the ball in over to Phoebus, bounce around to Johannes, screen from ball is to, and tried to get it to Stewie, but Stewie was out of bounds, so it's a turnover for New York. And New York has to be very careful with the turnovers. Sometimes they can get very careless, so they got to do a better job and be mindful there. So Um, they're stopping the game again. Don't know what's happening on the court. So shot clock. It's 9:47 on the game. So just trying to see. It's hard. YouTube doesn't allow the broadcast. So if you hear it, it would shut it down. So I would love to hear what they're talking about. The referees are over at the scorers table, and they're having discussions there. So the players are. Looks like the players are going over to their benches now. Yeah, but players are going over to their benches. They're sitting down. It must be some type of problem with the shot clock there. So um, they'll get it adjusted and they'll get it corrected accordingly. So, yeah, again, New York, like I said, they have to do a better job in terms of protecting protecting the basketball. Sorry, um, I was about to say the football, but yeah, they have to do a better job of protecting the basketball, making sure you don't want to give Washington opportunities like this because that's also a stop, and they can go down and they possibly can do damage. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, both teams are in their huddles, and they're just going over basic strategy in terms of what's going on the floor. Yeah, Sabrina is there, and you have the referees at the scores table still trying to work through whatever the issue is. So if anybody in the chat knows what it is, just type it in the chat. Let us know, or let me know since I can't actually hear what it is. So, matter of fact, there's one thing I did forget to do today. So I need to put on a little background music, and I usually have it there. And no, and let's see. I already put on a little background music. And oh no, we don't want to go with that one. And again, like I said, it's still something over with the sports table. I don't know what it is. But again, like I said, if any of you, I mean, let us know what it is. Look at, and again, you guys are part of this, so this is a family thing. That's how I look at it. So, yeah, they just went to a commercial break, so it must be something that's really critical there. But really, like I said, I'm really intrigued to watch the key matchup. Like I said about Jonquel Jones and Shakira Austin. Can Jonquel get her shot going? Because if she does get her shot going, that changes so much and that opens up and expands her game. That also helps New York, um, because then with her hitting the shots from deep, it opens up the lanes and allows the guards and even Stewie to attack the lanes and create offensively. So there you have it. So again, I'm just scrolling to see if anybody knows what's. Yeah, I don't have it. No one's posting anything. I don't see anything in reference to this. And okay, here it is. Madeline Kenny, very reliable. And the ball is in. Washington has the ball. Up to Shakir Austin, down the lane. New York was in the zone there. So Washington scores. So they're up 2-0. Over to Ostier. Over to Phoebus as they cross over the half court. Pass over to Johannes. Johannes over to Ostier. Back to Johannes. Got a screen from Stewie. And looks like it was a foul on the play. So Washington is up 2-0 right now. It's going to be a side out for New York. Looks like it was a foul on Michelle Onue. A 9:11 on the clock, 14 on the shot clock. Stewie with the inbound. Over to Jonquel Jones, to Phoebus, to Johannes with the D3, and swish, there it goes. New York's now up 3-2. Citron brings the ball over, guarded by Johannes. I'm sorry, that's Amor. And swung around over to Shakira Austin. She's going down the lane, and she's challenged by Phoebus, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by New York. All right, so just showing the replay of Johannes' shot. All right, New York balls inbound to Shakira Austin, guarded by Jonquel Jones. Over to Citron, and she was fouled by Ostier on the shot. So she's going to be going to the line for 2 shots. 8:38 left in the first quarter. All right, so she got a screen, and Ostier was trailing, and when she went up, she got hit. So she has 2 shots coming to her from the line. First one is up, and it is good. It's now tied at 3-3. And her next shot is coming, and it's up, and it is good. All right, Stewie with the inbound to Ostier. Back to Stewie. Stewie is bringing the ball up. Stewie guarded over to Ostier. Ostier down the line with the tip up, miss, rebound by Citron. Citron's over the half-court line. Over to Austin, who went with the finger roll. Miss, rebound by Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones is bringing the ball up over to Ostier. Over to Maureen Johannes, over to Ostier, to Stewie, back to Ostier, down the lane. Ostier, turnover right now, stolen by Maureen Johannes. I'm sorry, for Michelle Onwuene. Drove down the lane with the shot, and it is good. Inbound to Ostier. Ostier's coming up slowly on the right side, over across the half-court line. Getting over to Stewie. Stewie back over to Ostier. Stewie over to Stewie, to Jonquel Jones with the 3. And miss. Rebound by Citron. Citron is now on the break. Stop. Over to Amor with the screen. Working away. Guarded by Stewie. And there's a turnover by Washington. Over to Ostier. Ostier has the ball to Johannes with the pull-up 3. Bang, there you go. And it is now New York now has tied the game at 6-6. Amor now brings the ball over the half-court line, guarded by Maureen Johannes. Moving over to the left side, and Austin down the lane. There's the shot up and off to the backboard, and it is good. Good defense by Jones, but again, Maureen Johannes with the ball over to Jones, to Ostier, over to Stewie on the outside. Stewie is guarded, missed, rebound by Austin. Over to Amor. Amor now is bringing the ball up. It's guarded by Stewie. And, that's Citron. Citron has the ball. She's up, miss, and Stewie with the rebound. Stewie over to Phoebus. Phoebus brings the ball over to Johannes. Johannes with a one-handed leg kick, missed. Shakira Austin with the rebound. Over to Amor. Amor is guarded by Maureen Johannes. And she went up for the shot and was deflected by Stewie, knocked out of bounds off in New York. 6:06 in the first quarter. Still left on the game. So what's up, Daniel Berry? Thanks for tapping in, brother. Great supporter as always. Appreciate you, man. All right, so Washington is going to inbound under the basket. All right, so Amor, here's the shot. Is that Betts? And there's the shot, and it is good. It is now 10-6, Washington. Inbound to Phoebus. Phoebus is bringing up the left side, calling out instructions. Over to Johannes over to Jonquel Jones, and the ball was blocked as she went up, kicked out to Phoebus, over to Johannes, over to Stewie. She's guarded, and there's the shot up, and it's a 24-second violation. Good defense by Washington. Washington is playing some really tight defense on New York, and they're getting a little rushed. Now, Sabrina Ionescu is now in the game along with Satu Sabali. 5:32 in the first quarter left. All right, ball is inbounded to Amor. Amor's over the half court, guarded by Sabrina. Got a screen, trying to get it over to Betts, who's guarded by Jonquel Jones, over to Citron. Citron over to Austin. Austin down the lane, because they went with the double big, and she was blocked by Jonquel Jones. So over to Sabali. Sabali's bringing the ball up. Over to JJ from three, and she hit the three. It is now 10-3 for 10-9 for Washington. 4:50 left in the quarter. Looks like Amor over the line, falling out of instructions. Over to Betts, guarded by JJ. Looks like that's Onyewedi down the lane, and she is blocked again. Another great block by Stewie. It looks like two great blocks by Stewie so far on the game. So 7 on the shot clock, 4:35 left in the game. Right now, it's going to a timeout, and it will be Washington's ball when we come back from the timeout. So taking a quick look here at the box scores. All right, Washington, Onyewedi, Dokalic, Austin, and Citron all have 2 points so far, and Lauren Betts has the other 2 points on so far for Washington. And then for New York, you have Jones with 3 and Johannes with 6. That's pretty much it so far for New York. Overall, the complete team stats. In terms of field goal percentage, Washington is shooting 40% on 4 of 10 shooting. New York is 33% on 3 of 9, 3 of 6 from 3, so they're 50%. Washington is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Both teams have 4 rebounds. Both teams have 3 assists. New York has 3 turnovers. They've given up, and Washington has given up 1. New York has given up 4 points off of their turnovers, while Washington has given up a 3. Fast break points, New York with 3, and Washington with 2. Points in the paint, Washington has 6. So there we have it. That's the basic team breakdown there for you. So again, it's a little sluggish for New York, slow in a sense, but they're still going. Like I said, 4:35 will be left in the first quarter, and Washington should have 7 seconds on the play clock. So New York is still feeling their way. I can see that, but it's good to see, like I said, Sabrina back in the game. Satu Sabali, 2 teammates who played together in college, now also at the professional level. So there's also that familiarity there, amongst other places that they played, or Satu has played with other players on the Liberty. So like what I'm seeing right now, it's a little sluggish. Got to get the ball moved around a little bit more, but we'll see. All right, so we're getting ready to come back from the commercial break, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do defensively, if they can get this stop right here and then go down and score on the other end so they can take the lead. So we'll see where it goes. New York so far without Sabrina has been 6-1. Again, 86.6 points, 38.3 rebounds. Offensive rating is 108.6, 19 assists per game. So very efficient offensive team. So hopefully they can continue the trend and just have Sabrina add to that. So waiting for the ball to be inbounded. It'll be a side out. It should be a side out or under the baseline. Yeah, you have Mahan inbounding under the baseline over the Betts to Shakira Austin. over to Amor, to Citron, who's doubled, over to Betts, and that should be a shot clock violation. There it is. So that's a turnover. Good defensive stop right there. And see where it goes. And okay, no problem. And enjoy. All right, inbound to Ostier and over to Sabrina. Sabrina's calling down instructions. Over to Jonquel Jones when the ball was deflected. Sabrina has the ball. Over to Ostier with the shot and in and out. And over to rebounded by Shakira Austin. Over to Amor. Over to Shakira Austin. Over to Citron off of the screen. And good defense by New York. Over to Amor, guarded by Ostier. Down the line with Amor, picked up by Jonquel Jones. And the ball is turned over by Washington. So the ball is going to be going over to New York on a side out there. So, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. New York comes away with the win. So 3:45 on the clock. Flores is the one who's in now. Ball is inbounded to Jonquel Jones, who's guarded the best. Over to Satu Sabli. Over to Stewie with the back cut and the layup. And New York now is in the lead 11-9. 3:35 on the clock. Ball's in to Flores. And it looks like it's another turnover for Washington. So just going back over to New York, 3:32. So, and that was a great read by Satu Sabli, Stewie on the cut, and it was nobody. Austin was caught in looking. So, and it's going to be a side out for New York. All right, ball inbounded to Stewie, over to Sabrina, to Benijah Laney, who's now in. Anju is also in. Satu Sabli in the paint to Hanju with the deep three. And there she goes, swish. So 14-10 for New York. Good ball movement there also. And Flores bringing the ball up, guarded by Laney, over to Citron, who's guarded by Laney. Over to, looks like it's Mahan, missed the shot, rebounded by Sabrina. Sabrina's bringing the ball over to half court, getting guarded by backdoor cut again to Stewie there. And she missed it. It rolled out. Oh, it was right there. So Flores down the lane with the pump, and she missed it and deflected out of bounds by Betts. So it's going over to New York. 2:39 left in the first quarter. So New York is playing some good defense on the other end, and good offense there with the ball movement. Ball's inbounded. Stewie has the ball over to Satu Sabli with the back dribble, with the shot up, and she's missed. Rebounded by Betts. Over to Flores. Flores is bringing the ball up. Got the screen. Flores down the lane, and with the pass, and she missed it, and it's rebounded by Stewie. Stewie over to Satu Sabli, back to Stewie. Stewie's over the half-court line. Screen from Benijah over to Sabrina. Sabrina down the lane to Benijah. And looks like it was a foul on Washington. All right, it'll be 2 minutes in the first quarter. 14 now on the shot clock. Yeah, so it looks like it was a foul on Washington. So New York has the ball under on the baseline. Phoebus is back. Looks like Phoebus is back in. Sorry, it's going to be a side out. All right, so ball inbounded to Sabrina, who takes the shot up and in, and she missed it. Rebounded by Betts over to Flores and guarded. Flores, ball was Dukalec. They're saying the ball was kicked, so they're saying review it. And they're not, and it's inbounded to Sabrina. Sabrina on half court, screened by Han. Sabrina looking over to Phoebus, over to Benijah Laney. Screen from Han. Shot is up. Deflected over to Laney. in the lane to Han, and it's a travel by Han. So what's up, Ryan? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. New York did their thing. The Knicks did their thing. So it's 125 left in the first quarter. New York is up 14-10 over Washington. So a little sluggish. It's going to be a side out, and ball is in to Flores, and Sabrina's guarding Flores over to Doklet, who's guarded by Phoebus, over to Mahan, who's guarded by Satu Sabli, over to Doklet to it's down the lane to Mahan with the deep three, and she hit it, and it's now 14-13. Inbound to Benaja Laney. Laney over to Phoebus. Phoebus hands off to Satu Sabli. Sabli ball's deflected to Phoebus. Over to Han with another three, and there she hits another three. So New York is up 17-13. Ball's up into Citron, who brought the ball over to the left side, guarded by Laney. Got a screen over to Betts at the top of the three-point line. Over to Doklet, who's going down the lane. Got the double by Han, but stopped. Got up and under. Ball's up. Missed again. Over to Phoebus with the rebound. Sabrina now has the ball. 21 seconds and counting. Guarded by, can't see who that's guarded by, but she's up by the left, close to the half court line. Here comes Han with the screen over the left, and crossover down the lane by Stewie. Kick out to Phoebus. Phoebus with the deep three, and there she hits another three. All right, 1 second, and that should be it. No shot, and New York is now leading 20-13. Once you got the second unit in, a lot of ball movement, doing a good job, New York. Sluggish to start, I will say that, but the second unit is starting to get the ball moving. Han, Shu, getting those threes, not two nice deep threes. So, and then Phoebus right there. So let's take a look at the box score. Now for Washington, Michelle Onwenu, 2 points on one-on-one shooting. Angela Dokalic, 2 points, 1 for 5. Austin, 2 points, 1 for 4. Citron is 2 points, but she's 0 for 1. Got her 2 from the free throw. Amore is 0 for 1. Bet, 2 points on one-on-one shooting. Cody Mahan, 3 points, 1 for 3. And Flores is 0 for 1. For New York, Breanna Stewart has 2 points. She's 1 of 4, so starting a little sluggish. Phoebus is 1 for 1 for 3 points. Jonquel Jones is 1 for 3 for 3 points. Maureen Johannes has 6 points on 2 or 3 shooting. Ostier is 0 for 2. Sabli is 0 for 1. Hanju, 2 for 2 for 6 points. Laney is 0 for 1. Sabrina is 0 for 1. So those are your key player stats. When we take a look at the team stats overall, Washington is 5 of 17 for 29 points. New York is 7 of 18 for 39 points. 3-pointers, Washington is 1 of 3 for 33%. New York is 6 of 10 for 60%. And free throws is 2 for 2 for Washington. In terms of rebound, Washington is out rebounding New York 10-8. Assists, New York is 7-4 over Washington. In terms of steals, they both have 1. New York has 3 blocks. Washington has 1. Total turnovers 5 for Washington, 4 for New York. In terms of points, Washington is giving up 8 points. New York is giving up 7 points in the paint. Washington is still at 6. New York has 2 points in the paint. So there you have the key metrics, key stats right now for both teams. Also in another Commissioner's Cup, Toronto is leading Atlanta 30-18 in the second quarter. So I'll keep an eye on that as we go along. But again, you guys, let me know what you think so far about this game. As Carlise Winger said, forget this. They're going to go watch the grass grow. So don't know if it's the game or if it's my commentary. So, but again, if it is the game, everyone else, let me know what you think so far in terms of this game. Is this going according to what you thought, or is it not? I will admit, Anju surprised me, but again, her 3-point shooting, the way she can step out, and against Lauren Betts, even though Lauren Betts has good height and size, Han is still at 6'11", can shoot right over the top of her. But her movement is allowing her to get open looks. So very good there. So and that's also going to help open up the lane because Washington is a little bit congested down there, which is another reason why New York is 6 of 10 from the 3-point line. So just waiting for the game to start, the second quarter to start in just a minute. And again, New York is up 20-13 over Washington. All right, so Dukelich is inbounding. Looks like that's Amor. Yeah, into Amor, guarded by Sabrina, over to Dukelich, over to Onyewedi, swinged around to Mahan, over to Shakira Austin. Austin has the ball looking. Now she's faced up on Hanju. She's trying to dribble. Over to Amor. Got the fake. Back to Shakira Austin. Over to to Austin. Missed. Rebounded to Washington. Over to Amor. Ball is up and tipped out of bounds by Mahan. So that's going to go to New York under the basket. 9:28. Ball's inbounded to Sabrina. Being guarded by Georgia Amor, over to Phoebus, over the half-court line, who's guarded by Dukelich. Phoebus is moving over to Sabrina to the left. Getting a screen from Han, but not. And Sabrina travel. So now that's a turnover for New York. So 9:13 left in the second quarter. You have Rebecca Gardner now who's in. She's in for Benijah Laney. So coach is really using his bench. Ball's inbounded to Amor. Right over the half-court line, right in the middle, guarded by Sabrina. Moving over to her left. Down to Austin, who's doubled and now kicked over to, and she turned it over. She was trying to get it to one of her teammates. Phoebus down the lane, faked, and there she goes with the finger roll. New York is now up 22-13, 8:50. Amor crossed over the line, half-court line, guarded by Sabrina. And now switched over to Rebecca, over to Austin at the top. Now Austin is dribbling, and over to Onyewedi, who's guarded by Sabrina. Kicked out to Amor, and down to Austin. She tried to go up, missed it. And there's a foul on the play by Rebecca Gardner to Onyewedi, who put the ball up and it went in. But they're calling the foul. Is it on the floor or is it on the follow through? Looks like it's on the floor. Oh, I think they're looking for the play clock. Because the shot clock says that it's 0 on the TV broadcast. So I guess they're going to review to see if the foul came after the shot clock expired. Because if so, then it's going to be a turnover. Or is this a challenge? I can't tell if this is a challenge. So it's one of the two. So it's 8:27 showing on the game clock in the second quarter. And again, New York is up 22-13 over Washington. Okay, they're coming back out onto the floor. It says it's 24 seconds, so I don't know if that's going over to New York. Okay, so looks like it's a foul. Okay, so I guess the foul was before the... Oh, okay, they counted the shot. So it's now 22-15 for Onyewedi, and she's going to be getting one shot. All right, so she has the ball. Ball is up, and it's in. So Han now inbounded to Sabrina, who's bringing the ball up. Over the left, over to Phoebus. And it looks like it's a foul on the looks like it was a foul called. All right, ball's inbounded to Phoebus, over to Satu Sabli on the left, and she turned the ball over to Mahan. Mahan now coming down, and she lays it up, guarded by Phoebus. So it's now 22-18, inbound to Sabrina, who brings the ball up, gives the ball over to Satu. To Phoebus, over to Satu, dribble behind the back, down the lane, and over to Phoebus with a 3. and she hits the three. So it's now 25-18. Ball's inbounded over to Amor, who's up the right side over the half-court line. Over to Shakira Austin. Austin over to Michelle Onyewenyi. Over to Amor. Dokalic is fighting Sabrina down the Phoebus, and tried to get it to Austin, and stolen by Rebecca Gardner. Over to Phoebus, over to Satu. Oh, back to Han, who's looking, who shoots a three and goes in and out, rebounded by Mahan. Mahan's now just coming down the lane, coming down over the half court, over to Dokalic, guarded by Satu. Picked up her dribble over to Michelle Onyewenyi. Here's the hook. She missed. Rebounded by Satu. Satu's now bringing it up slowly. She's now over the half-court line. And looks like it's a timeout by New York now. So 6:53 left in the second quarter. New York is up 25-18. And it looks like there's going to be some subs coming in for New York. So Coach is doing a good job of switching in and out, getting players in, not letting players get extremely tired. So, and New York, though, a little sluggish here in the second quarter, but they're still working and getting the ball movement. Let me take a look here in terms of the quarter points. And go to team stats. Let's see. Can I see that there? No, I don't see that there. Looking for the quarter box. Okay, I know another place to get it. Okay, so far in both teams has scored 5 points right now, so it's even so far in the second quarter. So, but if we look at the player stats so far, Onyewenyi 2 of 3 for 5 points. Dokalic is 1 of 4 for 2 points. Austin 1 of 2. 2 points for on 1 of 6 shooting. Citron has 2 points still. Amor none. You have Betts with 2 and Mahon with 5. For New York, Stewie with 2 on 1 of 4 shooting. Phoebus 8 points on 3 of 3 shooting. 2 of 2 from 3. Jonquel Jones 3 points. Marine Johannes 6 points. Nothing for Ostier. Nothing for Sably. 6 for Han. Nothing but Gardner, Laney, or Sabrina Ionescu. So, but let's take a look at quickly the team stats before they come back. All right, New York is shooting 43% on 9 of 21, while Washington is 32% on 7 of 22. New York's doing well from 3 points, 7 of 12, while Washington is still at 33%. But Washington's only gotten the 3 free throws, so with New York shooting the threes, that's why they're out rebounding New York 12-9. New York has more assists, 8-4, and the turnovers is 7-6. So pretty much there. And also Washington is doing well in the paint. So and that's what I kind of expected from Washington, because I did look at a play shot. Same thing with New York. New York either has a lot of 3-point shots or their points are in the paint, one of the two. So but that's what they're doing pretty much right now, is scoring based off of the 3-pointers. So there you have it. In Toronto and Washington have tied up, looks like, at 32 apiece. So but New York is using a 3-pointer right now to attack Washington. So Marine Johannes is back in the game. And looks like she should be inbounding the ball for New York. All right, so New York has 17 seconds on the shot clocks when we come back to action. So let's see, 6:53 on the game clock. And balls, let's see, ball's inbounded to Stewie. Stewie has the screen, and she's attacking down the lane. Ball's up, she missed it. Ball's deflected, and it's out of bounds. Off of Washington. New York will have 14 on the shot clock, 6:45 left in the second quarter. So it'll be a side out for New York. Johannes with the ball to Stewie with the 3-pointer, and she hits right there. So New York is now up by 10, 28-18. All right, and good screen right there. Ahorn over to Shakira Austin. She's guarded by Sabrina, she's trying to get it to Citron. And down the lane, she's trying, fought up, missed, rebound by Stewie. Stewie's bringing the ball up. Over to Johannes. Over to Jonquel Jones. She's picking, she's fighting, and she missed. She tried to get Rebecca Gardner with a backdoor cut. The ball went out of bounds. Turned over to Washington. 6:09 left in the second quarter. So Washington will have the ball. They're just showing a replay of Stewie's shots. Ball's brought over. It's like that's Amor, Citron over to Shakira Austin, over to Amor, over to Dokolech down the lane. Shot is up and it is in. And the inbounds to Sabrina. Sabrina's coming up over the left side, screened by Stewie. Over to Jonquel Jones with a deep three, and she missed. Rebound by Amor. Amor over the half-court line at the three-point line, puts the shot up, and she missed. And rebounded by Jonquel Jones. Jonquel over to Stewie, who's bringing it up over the midcourt line. And she's guarded, looking for Sabrina. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina now has the shot. Over to Stewie, who puts the ball up, and she missed. Rebound by Mahan. Mahan's coming down the lane, pulls up, missed the shot, and it went out over Jonquel Jones' foot. So it's going to be Washington's ball. So Stewie is still down at the other end. So she's slow. I think she's looking for a foul. Yeah, no, she didn't get fouled. I think she just got a little winded. So it's going to be Washington ball, and it's 28-20, 5:09 left in the first quarter. 14 Flores on the inbound. Over to Betts. Over to Flores. Looking for the screen, down to Citron off the curl, and she hits. So inbound to Jonquel Jones, back to Austier. Austier's bringing the ball up over the half-court line. Got a screen from Rebecca Gardner. Down low to Rebecca Gardner. Looks like it was a kickball. Kickball by Mahan there. So 4:50 left in the second quarter. 22-28 New York. 15 on the shot clock. Phoebus is back into the game. Rebecca Gardner sits. All right, Johannes is inbounding. So it's the starters for New York. Over to Swish. There's the shot by Johannes. She pulled away and hit a deep corner three. Mahone, Amor with the shot. Over to with the dribble over to Citron. Citron over to Mahan, who's guarded by. And she put the shot up, and it was blocked and deflected out of bounds off of New York. 4:23 left on the game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Just showing a replay of Johannes' shot. All right, so it's going to be an inbound under the basket. And a turnover by, it's timeout Washington, sorry. All right, so it's going to be a timeout with Washington. And it's 4:23, like I said, left in the quarter. New York is up 31-22. So New York they're sluggish a little bit. So let me take a look here at the team stats so we can get a little better breakdown. Yeah, they're starting to get still at 60% on three-pointer. So, but again, they're 41% overall, 11 of 27, 9 of 15 from the three for 60%. Washington is 9 of 28 for 32%, 1 of 4 from three. In rebounds, Washington has 2, 14 to 12 over New York, 10 to 6 in terms of assists 14 to 12 for rebounds for Washington over New York, 10 to 6 in terms of assists for New York. In terms of turnovers, they're both at 17. They're both at 7. And in terms of points conceded, Washington's given up 10 points, while New York has given up 11 points off of the turnover. So points in the paint, that's where Washington's hurting New York. They have 14 points in the paint, while New York has only 4. But again, New York is shooting three-pointers. So, you don't really need to attack the paint as much if you're shooting like that. So, but the question is, will it be sustainable? All right. Michelle Onwenu has 5 points. Dokalik has 4. Austin still at 2. Citron has 4 points. Betts has 2. McMahon has 5. Stewie has 5 points. Phoebus has 3. Jonquel Jones Phoebus has 8. Jonquel Jones has 3. Maureen Johannes has 9. Anju still has 6. That's the only person off the bench who scored anything. So there you have it. There's the breakdown. So, but again, New York trying to space them out, use the 3 to attack them and score. So, but when you're shooting 60% from 3, it's going to be easier that way. So, but again, like I said, that's opening up the lane. I do see it there. They are attacking the lane because of the way they are spreading. So in the second half, will they be able to attack Washington there in the second half by by driving the lane and give the offense a little bit more floor balance? So because again, they don't have any fouls, so they're foul shots, so they're not really hitting many. They don't have opportunities to shoot the foul. So also now it's all-star time, so you can vote for your favorite players in the WNBA. So with the Liberty, you can go in and you can vote for, your players. So tap in, go to the WNBA site to do that, or if you see a QR code. So, but when we come back to action, 4:23 on the clock, and 6 seconds on the play clock, and ball's inbounded over to Amore. Amore shoots. Ball is deflected out of bounds off of New York. And it's 4:15 left in the game, second quarter, and 14 on the play clock. Ball's going to be inbounded underneath. And let's see, ball's inbounded to Austin, who gets it over to, looks like that's Flores. Here's a curl to Citron, missed, and rebounded by Johannes. Over to Austier, over to Johannes. Comes up to, she's guarded by Shakira Austin, over to Stewie. Stewie down the lane, and there she goes. She attacks because she had Citron guarding her. Ball's inbound to Citron, back over to Flores. Flores over the half-court line. Guarded by, switched off to Austier. Over to Shakira Austin. Over to McMahon. Up top to Shakira Austin. She brings the ball up. And looks like it's a foul on Austier. So it'll be 3:30 on the second quarter clock, 14 on the shot clock. And New York leading 32 to 22. Ball's inbounded to Flores, over to Shakira Austin up top, over to Citron, and a foul. They called a foul on Phoebus? Looks like she just slid. Okay, Citron with the ball. So it'll be 3:24. Let me see. Here's the replay. Oh, yeah, Phoebus did foul her with her knee. Okay. She got her with the knee. She's talking to the referee there, so, but she fouled her with the knee. I didn't look to see if Austin pushed her. All right, ball's inbounded to Flores. New York is in the zone. Over to Shakira Austin. Over to Mahan with the deep 3. To Betts. And they said it's a foul by Johannes because Betts had her totally blocked out. Because she got the rebound with Mahan. She had her blocked out. Oh, yeah, she fouled her. Should have just let her have the shot. All right, so Betts is going to the line for one, so it's 32-24, 3:16 on the second quarter clock. All right, Betts is at the free throw line, just waiting. And here's the shot. It's up. And she missed it. Stewie with the rebound over to Austier. Austier's bringing the ball up. On the court, you have Jones, Sabrina, Stewie. Ball's over to Sabrina. Sabrina has the shot over to Stewie. Click over to Phoebus with a deep corner three. Ball's up. Ball's tipped and Shakira Austin has the ball. Over to Citron. Citron with the fake. There's the shot. She missed the shot. Rebounded by Phoebus. Phoebus has the ball, bringing the ball up. Over to Austier, to Sabrina in the deep corner. Put the ball up with the three. She missed it. And it's a foul. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Citron. So Stewie's going to go to line shooting two. All right, it's 2:37 left in the second quarter right now. So this is going to be New York's first free throw attempt of the day. All right, first free throw is up for Stewie, and it is good. All right, so now it's 33-24. It's going to be the second shot, free throw shot. It's up, and it is good for New York. So it is now a 10-point lead, 34-24. Inbound to Flores. Flores brings the ball over, guarded by Phoebus, and over to Citron. Citron with a deep three. She missed. Rebounded by Flores, the smallest player on the floor. Guarded by now Austier. She brought it up top over the 3-point line. Dribble, lost it. Citron over the left wing. Guarded by Stewie. Blocked. Another block by Stewie. And it's a 24-second clock shot clock violation. So 2:10 left in the quarter. That was good defense by Stewie too. So just basically let her go, used her height and her length against the smaller Citron. Citron tried to scoop it up and under, and Stewie was right there to block it. So Austier over the half-court line, over to Sabrina. Sabrina has the ball, dribble behind her back up to the top of the three. Over to Phoebus in the other corner with the shot up, and miss. Rebound by Flores. Flores over the left half-court line. And with the hezzy, here's the fake. And, another block by Stewie. And looked like she threw it off of Flores. So, Stewie says she threw it off of Flores. So, let's see. No, the ball was out of bounds. So, she didn't get it. So, Washington ball inbounded, 142 in county. Over to Flores, down the lane, run through, switched over to Shakira Austin, double team over to Flores with a deep three, miss, rebounded by Stewie. Stewie's bringing it up quickly, moving the ball quickly over to Phoebus with a deep three, elbow three, and she missed it. Rebounded by Shakira Austin. Austin now has the ball, bringing the ball up. Coming over at that three-row line, down to Bettis. Bettis down to Austin, down the line. And there's a foul. And Jonquel Jones, she's up. She's coming up. All right, so that's going to be Shakira Austin getting 2 shots. All right, so it'll be a 106 when the ball is inbounded next. Yeah, the foul was on Jonquel Jones. She got her elbow right into her body. Tried to close out. Yeah, she tripped over Stewie. She was trying to hold up, but she tripped over Stewie. They were both going for the block there. So first shot is up, and it's no good. Hit the front of the rim. Second shot, it will be coming up in a minute. Satu Sabli is in for Austier. Second shot is up. Missed again. Another rebound by Stewie over to Sabrina. Sabrina is bringing the ball up, guarded by Flores. Double screen. Stewie and JJ Sabrina with the shot, and she missed. Rebound tipped out. Rebound to Citron. Citron's coming down, now guarded by Sabrina. To Shakira Austin, down the lane, put the ball up, and it is good. It's now 34-26. Ball is inbounded to Sabali, over to Stewie. Stewie's coming down at the top of the three-point line. Ball's over to Sabrina. Fake. Over to Jonquel Jones. To Stewie. Over to Sabali. And deflected by Flores. Shakira Austin on the break brought the ball up and into Citron, and it is now it's good. It is now 34-28. 13 seconds left on the game clock. Sabrina with the ball, getting a screen from Stewie, over to Sabali, down the lane to Phoebus, down to Stewie in the lane, and the shot, and it is good. And it is now at the half, 36-28, New York up over Washington. So that last play was a lot of good ball movement. That's the way New York needs to play. They need to get the ball around, and you'll get the nice little shot right there at the lane, at the basket. So again, New York is up by 8 points. Jiminy Cricket, Edward. New York is up by 8 points, 36-28 over Washington. I'm going to go to the box score and take a look at the player stats. Onyewendy with 5 on 2 of 3 shooting. Dokalic, 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Shakira Austin, 4 points on 2 of 8 shooting. Citron is 6 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Betts has 4 points on 2 of 2 shooting. And Mahan has 5 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Breanna Stewart is now up in double digits to 11 points, 4 of 10 shooting. Phoebus, 8 points on 3 of 6 shooting. Jonquel Jones, 3 points on 1 of 4. Johannes, 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Ostieres, no points on 0 of 2 shooting. Sabali, no points. Hanju, 6 points, but again, no one on the bench has not scored though. In terms of free throws, let's see. Onyewendy has 1 of 1. Shakira Austin is 0 of 2. Citron is 2 of 2. Betts is 0 of 1. New York, Stewie is the only one who took free throws, and she's 2 of 2. Stewie also has 10 rebounds, so she has a double-double right now. Let me see Washington. Shakira Austin has 5, and Betts has 4, so their size is getting benched. Jonquel Jones has 3, so right now, in some essence, Shakira Austin is outplaying Jonquel Jones. So Jonquel does need to step up a little bit. Overall, Washington, 12 of 39, 31% in terms of shooting. 3-point shot, 1 of 9 for 11%. New York is 13 of 34 for 38%. They're 8 of 19 for 42% overall. Washington is 3 of 6 for 50% from the free throw line. New York is 2 of 2. In terms of rebounds, they're pretty close. Washington has a 1-point lead, 20-19 in rebounds. In terms of assists, New York is a +3, 11-8. They both have 3 steals. New York has 6 blocks, while Washington has 1. Turnovers, New York has 9, Washington has 8. Conceding points, Washington has given up 10 points off of their turnovers, while New York has given up 13. And the points in the paint, Washington 20, New York 8. And that's what Washington is going to do, because they're going to try and use their size there when you have Betts as well as Shakira Austin on the floor at the same time. So New York's height and length is not conducive for the paint per se, except for Jonquel Jones. Hanju is more of a wing center, if you want to put it that way. So, but going into the second half, I am expecting New York to continue to play the way they have been playing. Use a little bit more boot. Make sure you get the ball moving. They're going to continue to try and hit with the 3-pointers. If they cool down, then that's when you try and get into the paint. Because I do see it. Some of those backdoor cuts are there. So because you're going to pull Washington out high, because you're hitting the threes, and then you can get them with the backdoor cuts. Stewie is starting to get warm up. She has 11 points, like I said. So she's going to start attacking, especially in the paint, collapse, and then kick out to the open players because they are there. I mean, Phoebus has missed a couple of open threes, but they are there. They are there. So I want to see Satu Sabli really get more into it. So it doesn't seem like she's really engaged per se in the offensive play. She's taken one shot, but I'd like to see her drive a little bit more. Now Washington is bumping and pushing just a little bit, not a lot. But again, the outside is there, so you want to pull Washington out, which would allow players like Satu Sabli to attack the paint off the dribble. Satu Sabli and Stewie, if they can do that, especially if you have players like Phoebus, Jonquel Jones, Maureen Johannes, Sabrina, if she can hit a three, it will change the dynamics of this game a little bit more. Then you can have what I like to say, even floor balance. So, and we're still at the half. Okay, I thought they started. Sorry about that. But again, overall, New York is still positioning themselves well to come away with this win. So, what are your thoughts in reference to this game? I'd like to hear, what you guys are thinking overall. Right now, Atlanta has taken a commanding lead, 47-39 at the half over Toronto. So, they have fought their way back. For any other New York fans in terms of baseball, the Yankees and Toronto Blue Jays are actually tied 3-3. And they are in the bottom of the 7th inning. So hopefully New York, they can pull it out, the Yankees there. So, but overall, like I said, I'd like to see the ball movement. I like because it's there, the assists are there. When those open threes are there, let's knock them down. Let's really knock it down. Let's put the pressure on Washington to really step it up. And then that can also help you with those backdoor cuts that I was talking about a little bit earlier. So, excuse me. So, but again, New York, now look, it's only 8 points. So it's not like you have a commanding control of this game. Washington can make a run. Citron is really being held down again. Like I said earlier, I mean, I believe she has 4 points? She has 6 points, and she's shooting 2 of 7, and she's 0 for 3 from 3-pointers. So she's going to want to see a 3-pointer get in. That's going to make her feel comfortable, and she can get hot at any moment. So, again, she does lead Washington in scoring. As I had said to you pregame, showed you guys pregame, she's leading with 17.1 points per game. So you can't take her lightly. So you got to be able to step up and produce when the opportunities are there for you. So like I said, waiting to see what happens in the second half. Hopefully New York will be able to continue a little bit, continue with your defensive intensity, because the defensive intensity is definitely there. You're holding them to 28 points. So, but we'll see. And I know earlier, where is he? Dino had taken the over. So, I mean, right now it's not looking good for that. So, I mean, you're at 14, you're at 64 points. So, I mean, you got to get another 103 points minimum just to meet that. So, hopefully if you took the over, I mean, New York will start kicking in, and the points will come in, and you'll meet the over. So, rooting for you, Dino. Hopefully you get your go. Also, that also means I'm rooting for New York. So we'll see what happens. So, but again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate everyone being here for this game. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already done so, hit the like button. Sub up, as well as get notified. Sub up for New York Courtside with Coach Edd, Coach Edd Sports, the Hardcore Sports Network, and the Aboriginal Sports Network. With both of those networks, there are some phenomenal content creators there that can touch everything, whether it's football, baseball, hockey, wrestling, basketball, as you see, covered the NBA last night, as well as many other sports. So definitely tap in, whatever you're looking for, see if it's in both those networks there. If you're on Facebook, just hit the little like button there. So hit the little thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. So in doing that. So and again, can't thank you guys enough. And also make sure you guys continue to comment. This will put it out there into the algorithm and help the programming to continue to grow. So, but again, like I said, it's 38-28 at the half. New York Liberty over to Washington Mystics. They're in beautiful downtown Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. So, with some of the most amazing and passionate basketball fans that are out there for the New York Liberty, New York as a whole. Basketball in New York is, really starting to peak, and fans are really, really embracing it even more. And you're growing more and more fans, whether it's, the hardcore and as well as getting more casual fans. So, but showing some great highlights of Sabrina there. So, but timeless moments. That's what they're showing there. So, so it says 2024 home opener fever, sellout crowd 17,735, largest regular season crowd in franchise history. New York won 102-66 with Stewart 31 points and 10 rebounds in that timeless moment for the New York Liberty. So, yeah, there you go. Anytime you can beat the fever, I'm ecstatic, man. So that's the one team that, I want to beat more than any other team in the WNBA. So just goes all the way back, man. I've just been there. So, but Stewie's playing a great game. Oh, one thing I didn't look at. Let me see Stewie's stats in terms of Stewie also, and let's see, she has 11 points, 4 of 10, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from free throw, 10 rebounds, 1 turnover, but she has 5 blocks. Remember, New York has 6, so she has 5 of them. That's what I was looking for. So, in terms of the plus minus, Stewie has 5 is plus 5, Thievish is plus 1, Jones is plus 2, Johannes is minus 3, Austier is plus 3, Satu Sabli is plus 9. Hasn't scored a point, but when she's out there, New York is a plus 9. Sahan Shu is plus 6. Gardner is minus 1. Hamilton is plus 6. And Sabrina Ionescu, another one, plus 12. So a lot of good things happen when they are out there. So in terms of the plus minus. So who's the number one? You have Michelle Onyewenye's the highest at plus 2. So New York just needs to continue to keep playing, play with the same defensive intensity. And then, like I said earlier, continue to work your offense and develop it. This is a game that you want to continue to do that. Get Satu Sabli, continue to grow. Sabrina, being that this is her first game back, continue to grow because eventually she's going to come back into the starting lineup. I mean, it's almost a guarantee. So, and then same thing with Satu Sabli. You didn't bring her to come off the bench. You didn't bring her here to come off of the bench. So, and then once you get that lineup, that will be a very dangerous lineup. And then the bench, the way they've been playing, you're going to have those key contributors. Because I like Austier. I like her game. I really do. Maureen Johannes, whether she's streaky or not, she's still dangerous. If she's even on the bench, she can get you a 30 piece. So, you still have to respect her. Hanju, range, good height, length, and she can shoot from 3, which makes it difficult on a lot of centers. Because Hanju is at 6'11". So, again, now I haven't seen Carrera, some of the other players, because I can tell they're trying to, coach is actually trying to solidify his rotation, and you'll put other players in just to give others a break. But, Falthought hasn't been in, Carrera hasn't been in. So it's going to take some time again, like I said, with Sabrina coming back. And I think that's also another reason why the score is a little bit. So he is trying to work Sabrina into the rotation, and they're trying to get familiar and comfortable with each other. So it is going to take some time. So cute little kid there eating the ice cream. I like that. All right, so we should be coming back to action in a few. So those notes around the league. Oh, Kelsey Plum had a career high 43 points. Kalia Carpo also a career high 41. Paige Becker's day to day with a right ankle injury. So, and it's the first time opponents with dueling 40+ point games in WNBA history with Copper and Plum. Oh wow, that's amazing. So that's something that the guys and I are going to have to talk about come Tuesday on our WNBA talk show. So, also we'll see about a new name for the show since it's also going to be changed. It's going to be changed. So. But again, teams are on the bench. They're going to be coming out in just a moment, and it should be when we come to inbound because New York won the tip. It should be Washington's ball to inbound. So both teams are just going over their final strategies, and then we should be coming out onto the court from there. So. Again, like I said, Stewie's playing a great game. She has been playing great all year. I mean, and she's pretty much back to the Stewie that many of us have come to love and appreciate in terms of her game. So, all right. So when we come back to action, there's same restarters, same players to start the game, which will be Jonquel Jones, Stewie, Phoebus, Johannes, as well as Ostier. All right. So, and Washington will. Washington should have the ball, and just don't know which basket. And let me see. Yeah, Washington will be coming the basket by their sideline. So Dukulich is inbounding into Amore, bringing the ball over the half court line, guarded by Johannes. Over to Shakira Austin. She kicked it out, which Dukulich was coming in. It's a turnover for Washington. It's going to be a side out for New York. Inbounds to Johannes, who's bringing the ball over the half court line, over the right side, over to Stewie. Stewie ball not deflected off her foot. Now she has it. It was a foul reach in by Dukulich on the play. So it's going to be 9:35 left in on the clock. 14 on the shot clock. All right. So New York's going to have a side out at the time. Stewie's inbounding the ball over to Jonquel Jones, over to Phoebus with the layup, and she missed. Rebound by Dukulich over to Michelle Onyewedi. Over to Shakira Austin in the paint with the fake. There's the shot. Rebounded to Dukulich. Over to Onyewedi with the deep shot. She missed. Oh, man. Jonquel Jones had the ball, but she stole it. Michelle stole it and laid it up. 36-30, Washington. And it looks like it's going to be a quick timeout for New York there. I don't think Coach liked what he just saw there. The lackadaisical approach instead of just going up and wanting to own the ball as a big there. Jonquel Jones has to step up. Too many times she relies on her talent as opposed to just stepping up, and because you are so talented, you can be so dominating. And that's what she was. That's the type of player she was back in the day when she won MVP. And we got to get her back to that. So, and it's good timeout, good coaching strategy. It's not to tear her down, but to lift her up. So so hopefully she'll get the message and she'll step it up, and and we'll take it from there. But I know some might say that's a quick timeout. You probably didn't need it, but yeah, you want to do that because you don't want her or the team to continue to get a little lackadaisical. Good job there, by the coach. For the most part on that play, they did have good defense, other than missing out on that rebound there. for Jonquel Jones. So, but 36-30, New York's still in the lead. Just like I said, make the adjustments and just keep it going from there. So, and I think New York will be able to do that. So, let me check the other game between. Let's see, where's the other game? I don't know what happened to it. There it is. Okay, so between Atlanta and Toronto, it's still at halftime, 47-39, Atlanta on top there. So what's up, Victor? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the congrats. They did it, more than I did. I'm just a fan. So, but I appreciate it. And I'm ecstatic and happy. So, so I'll just take it from there. So, all right. So, again, like I said, as I've been saying all game for the most part, New York, continue what you're doing. You know, tweak some things on the offensive side. Defensively, other than that missed play right there, I think they're fine. They just need to hone in and be a little bit better and not just get too lackadaisical. That's the biggest thing. You see that sometimes you feel that you're a better talented player or team, and you can get a little lackadaisical. So you don't want to, get too. You don't want to go too far with that there. So, but hey, there's Ellie. Ellie is probably the best mascot that is out there. New York inbound to Ostier. Ostier's bringing the ball up, guarded by Amor. Screen by Stewie over to Phoebus, over to Stewie. Stewie over to Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones up and laid it in right at the rim. Good job and attacking Austin. Amor over the half-court line, guarded by Ostier. And over to Shakira Austin. Citron with the deep three. And there it is. They lost her. She had a pretty much with a good screen at open three. 38-33. Stewie over the half-court line. Up top to Johannes, over to Stewie, over to Jones, right in the paint. And that's what New York's trying to do. They're trying to get into the paint and they're trying to attack them. So it's a little bit different from the first half. So Amor over to Citron. Citron with the screen down the lane. Kicked out to Amor. There's a deep three and looks like it's a turnover. Another Washington turnover. Let me see. What's up, Mr. Go? Talk about Washington getting lucky. Okay. Hey, I hear you. The New York should not be in a close game against the trash. Look, you can't ever say they shouldn't be just because that's what you're thinking. Turnovers. You also, here's the thing, as I said, Mr. Go, you also just bringing back Sabrina. So, the chemistry, you're trying to figure out the chemistry. You're trying to work all that in. So, also the lackadaisical play. So, should they be in this close? I can understand where you're coming from, but in the same token, still got to respect their game. Ostier with the ball. Over to Johannes. Johannes back out, guarded by Amor. Jonquel Jones and the ball. Johannes went up with the shot. Austin with the block out of bounds. 1.5 seconds left on the clock. 7:38 on the game clock. So they got to shoot that shot extremely quick. Have to be quick about it. So Ostier's inbounding the ball. Jonquel Jones with the shot. There it is. And she hit the three. Wow, what a shot. Good contest by Austin. So New York is up 43-33. Amor over to Ionescu. Ionescu with the hook, and she's fouled. And JJ is saying, I did not foul her. So she's asking for a replay, a review, a challenge. And I don't know if New York is challenging. Let's see. Okay, they're not. So JJ's up to 10 points right now. Inbound to Amore. Up top to Shakira Austin. Over to Citron. Over to Curl. Austin has the ball. She's attacking JJ. JJ with the block. What a block there by JJ. And there's a foul. JJ got pushed there by Austin. JJ got pushed in the back by Austin. I'm sorry, she did. Good block by JJ. Ball went up. Austin is pushing her. The referees missed that call, and now they're giving it to JJ. And she's extremely frustrated. 7:07 left in the third quarter. I can't blame you, JJ. Normally there's other issues, but right now Austin's first shot is up on the free throw, and it is good. She has one more to go. Washington has 7 active first-round picks. Oh, okay. Tied for top in the league. Second shot is up, and it is good. Stewie at the inbound to Ostier. Back over to Stewie. Stewie's bringing the ball up. Guarded by Dokalic. Over to JJ. JJ's coming, taking swish over to Stewie. Stewie's up in the lane. And she missed it. Over to... They stopped her on the play. Oh, I guess Stewie fouled her. Okay. All right, so... All right, so here we go. Side out for Washington. Ball's into Amore. And guarded by Onyewedi. By Johannes over to Shakira Austin. New York's doing a good job of switching down the lane. They're calling a lot of fouls on New York right now. So New York needs to just settle themselves in and just, play your brand of football, basketball. There I go again, thinking about football. Last 2 seasons, fouls per game. So they've upped their fouls. Citron's up with the first shot, and it's good. She has one more to go. She's up to 9 points. One more shot, and it's up, and it is good. All right, so it's 43-36, 6:33 and counting. Ostier bringing the ball up over to Phoebus, down to Ostier. And it looks like it is a foul on Washington there. So the referees are starting to call it a little bit tighter now. Looks like that was a foul on Amore. Players just need to adjust to what the referees are calling now. I know it might have seemed like, it wasn't as close, but hey, that's what you're doing in the second half. Ostier for a shot, and it is good. One more to go. 6:27 left in the clock. Sabrina, as well as Satu, were in the game. Ball is up. Clock and shot is good. So New York is up by 9 right now. 45-39. Amore bringing the ball over. Guarded by Sabrina. Screen by Dokalic. Amore pulled the ball back out. And Citron, there she had. The ball was deflected. And kicked over to Onyewedi. Onyewedi's down the lane. Citron is up. And there's another foul called. All right, 6:05 left in the third quarter. Citron is going to be going to the line to shoot 2. That was good ball movement also by Washington there. So definitely something that you got to respect there with Washington. So first shot is up and it is good. One more to come. Washington with some bringing new players in. Lauren Betts is in. It looks like Betts, Mahone, and I think Flores came in. Ball is up, and it is in. So there you have it. Stewie into Sabrina. 45-38, 6 minutes Sabrina cross over the half-court line. Over to JJ, back over to Sabrina. Sabrina down over to JJ. JJ kicked it out to Stewie. Stewie over to Sabrina. And to Satu, and Satu with an air ball. All right, 5:45. Satu is struggling. She's struggling today, right now. So ball's into Flores. Flores over the half-court line, guarded by Sabrina. Over to Dokalic, to Citron. Over to Flores. And deflected by JJ. And the ball is deflected out of bounds. And they said it went off of New York, so ball turned over to Washington. And we're going to see. Yeah, that's all for Ostier. All right, ball's inbound. Flores has the ball. Over to Mahone. Over to Flores. Over to Dokalac with a deep three. Ball down, missed. Rebounded by Mahone. And turnover. Might have been a 3 seconds right there. You said New York. Okay, no problem. And ball's inbounded to Sabrina. Sabrina's bringing the ball over to Satu. Guarded by Mahan. Over to JJ. JJ down the lane to Sabrina, who has the layup there. 47-38. That was a good ball. Good action. High action. Pulled the defense up. All right. And it looks like it's a kickball off of New York. So 17 seconds still on the shot clock. 4:47. And again, Sabrina curled right off of JJ. JJ gave it to her because the lane was wide open. And again, like we talked about earlier, so to expect that. Ball's inbounded to Flores. Benajelani is in, guarding Flores. Flores with a deep three, and she hit it. So you got to step up on her now. You can't just let her have that now. Inbound to Stewie. Stewie over the half-court line. Deflected off of Benija, back to Stewie. Over to Satu. Over to Sabrina. Over to Jonquel Jones. Jonquel down the lane. Up with a hook, and it is in. And it is and one. There's a foul on the play. So good job right there by Jonquel. Good feel and attack the paint and got a good hook there. So let's see who the foul is on. I didn't see. If it was on bets, I didn't see it. So can't lie to you. Jonquel is going to have an and one now. She's really starting to play better in the second half, though. A lot more productive. I think she's up 12 points. I'm going to check in 1 second. She has the one shot, and it is up, and it is good. It is now 50 to 41. Inbound to Flores. Flores is bringing the ball. And Stewie tried to trap, and she fouled her. So Jonquel Jones is up to 13 points now. She's leading New York. All right, so both teams are in the bonus right now. So it looks like Flores is going to go to the line and shoot two. That's a bad foul by Stewie then. I mean, because she was in the backcourt. You can't foul her, got to be smart. First shot is up, and she missed. All right, 50 to 41. So next game between these two is Friday, June the 19th at 7:30. Okay. One more shot. Ball is up, and it is good. Satu inbound to Sabrina. Over to Satu. Satu's bringing it up. Back over to Sabrina. Over to Stewie. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina with the whip around. Over to Benajelani. Brings the ball out. Dribble down the lane. Put the ball up, and it is good with the body from behind. Ball's inbound to Flores. Over to Citron. Stewie is battling Shakira Austin. They tried to get it over to Betts, and it was deflected by JJ. Back over to Satu, over to JJ, over to Benajelani. Laney over to Satu Sabali. Has the ball up high. She has Flores on her. That you got to take that. And it's a block. And it is and one. Good shot there by Satou Sabally. Good way to take the smaller player and fight your way down and draw the foul on her. So good job there. Flores was just trying to body. And once she body, got the foul call, put the ball up, and got the and one. You know, Flores was really trying. She was fighting, but good job by Satou for making the basket, getting the basket. So it's now 54-42. Looks like there's a timeout. 3:27 left in the third quarter. So, okay, we got it, Mr. Goat. You don't like Washington, so and you feel New York needs to quote unquote blow them out. So, understand where you're coming from. You have a right to your opinion. So, there you have it. You said it several times, so you know. Go ahead and keep reiterating it if you want. So, when we get back to action, New York is starting to get into a nice little rhythm here. But again, they're up to 54 points. So looks like it's, what's that, 96. Can they get to the over 167? We'll see, because it is the third quarter and you still have time. So we'll see where it goes from there. All right. So we have the stop on the clock, 3:27. I don't know what the timeout is for. Let's see if I can see what Madeline can tell me. And just looking for Madeline right now. All right, we're coming back out. Satou is going to the line, shooting one. And she's going through a rhythm, a routine, balls up, and she missed it. Jonquel Jones got the rebound too, and it's a foul call. All right, so she's going to be going to the line, shooting another 2 more free throws right there, because they're in the bonus. Both teams are in the bonus, so it's going to be a lot of free throws. First shot is up, and it's good. All right, 55-42. All right, New York is up by 13. Next shot is up. And it is good. New York is up by 14 right now. And ball's inbounded to Flores. Flores is bringing it up, guarded by ooh, that was a foul right there. Good pass to Ionescu with the backdoor cut. And Washington scores 56-44. No, that was a good screen. All right, let's see. All right, Sabrina with the dribble. Over to, she didn't give it away. Over to over to John Benaj Delaney guarded by Onyewedi with the fadeaway, and Stewie came and got the rebound. All right, over to Jonquel Jones. Jones fakes over to Satou Sabally. Sabally with a deep 3 from right straight away, and hit the shot clock, so it's out of bounds. 56-54. 2:36 left in the third quarter. And here comes subs. And you have Phoebish and Han coming in. Looks like Stewie as well as JJ have sat down. New York now is in the zone. Over to... All right, Onyewedi has the ball. Skipped over to Mahan with a deep 3. And she hit the deep 3. The zone right now, they're finding the open areas. 56-47, 2-13. Benaj is bringing the ball up. Over to, she passed behind and turned the ball over. Stolen by Betts. Mahan has the ball over the half-court line. And she's looking over to Flores. Mahan down the line. Guarded by, and defended by Satou. And she missed, rebounded by Laney over to Satu, who's guarded by Oniweti. And Satu with over to Benijah in the lane. And Laney with the up and under. Should have been a foul call, but there you go. It's 58-47 into Flores, over to Michelle Oniweti, into Betts, back out to Oniweti with a deep three, and she hit a nice two-man game right there. Inbound to Han, back over to Satu Sabally, 58-50. Sabally coming over the half-court line. Over to Sabrina, who's guarded by Flores. Han coming with the screen. Sabrina down the lane over to Satu with the three, and she hit. There you go, Satu. 61-50 right now, 104 in county. Flores over the line, over to Shakira Austin, over to Mahan with a deep three, and she missed out of bounds to New York there. 54.4 seconds left in the third quarter. So good movement, good play. New York, I know it's a little tough. Washington is making it a little gritty and grimy, but New York is still fighting and playing through. So coming down 61-50, Sabrina over the half court line, screen by Han, and another screen by Han. Sabrina down the lane over to a pass out of bounds. Deflect, good steal by Flores and steal foul on Satu Sabally, 35.2. Bad pass by Sabrina right there. Should have read Flores was playing the lane, the cut lane, so that's what she was looking for. So Sabally fouled, and Flores is going to the line to shoot two. And the first shot is up, and it's no good. All right. Again, 35.2 seconds left in the third quarter. All right. And going through the dribble. Next shot. It's up. And she missed again. Rebounded by Satu. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina's coming up the right sideline. Guarded by Flores. Coming over. Got the screen from Satu Sabally. Sabrina. Foul by Shakira Austin. Shakira Austin is saying she's flopping by waving her head back. She doesn't like the call. But she reached in. All right, so Sabrina's going to the line. First shot is up, and it is good. 22.7 seconds left in the third quarter. 62-50 for New York. Sabrina has one more shot. Shot is up, and it is good. And yeah, why wasn't that a lane violation? Okay, so Washington inbounds to Flores. Flores is guarded by Laney Hamilton. Got a screen by Shakira Austin. Flores over the half court. Laney Hamilton in good defensive possession. Flores sitting back. She, got the screen. Laney Hamilton can't foot through with the block. Good block. End of the third quarter. That was good defense by Laney Hamilton there. So 63-50. New York is up by 13 points right now. So she fought through, got beat on the move, but came through, no foul, and blocked the shot as the quarter ended. So again, good job by New York right there. So as we go to the half, let's take a look at the team stats. Michelle Oniweti, 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Dokalic, 4 points on 2 of 6. Shakira Austin, 6 points on 2 for 10. Citron, 12 points on 3 of 8. No points for Amore. Betts has 4 points on 2 of 2. Mahone, 8 points on 3 of 10. And Flores, 4 points, 1 for 6. Breanna Stewart is 11 points still, 4 of 11 shooting. Phoebus, 8 points, 3 of 7. Jonquel Jones stepped up 15 points on 5 of 8. Maureen Johannes has 8, pardon me, excuse me, 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Austier, 2 points on 0 for 2. Satu Sabli, 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Hanju, 6 points on 2 of 3 shooting. Rebecca Gardner, no points. Laney Hamilton, 4 points of 2 of 4. And Sabrina, 4 points on 1 of 4. And when we go to the overall team stats here, let's take a look. Let's see, Washington is shooting 34% on 18 of 53. New York's at 45% on 22 of 49. 3 points, Washington 5 of 13 for 33%. New York has cooled off 10 of 24 for 42%. Free throws, Washington 9 of 16, 56%. Missing a lot of free throws. That's 7 points right there. New York 9 of 10 for 90%. Rebounds, Washington is 27. New York is 22. Assists, New York has 17. Washington is 12. Steals, New York is 5. Washington is 4. Blocks, New York has 8. Washington is 12. Total turnovers, Washington is 13. New York is 12. Points conceded, Washington is giving up 19 points over those 13 turnovers, while New York is giving up 13. So sloppy play by both teams. So points in the paint is starting to even out. Washington is 24 points, while New York is 12. So at one point it was 20 to 10. So it's changed around 10 to 4 so far. So there you have it. Overall team stats as well as player stats. End of the third quarter, Atlanta leads Toronto 70 to 59 there. So take the all right. So we'll be coming back to action in just a little bit. Yeah, talking a little bit about the two teammates who played together at Oregon. All right, Sabrina and Satu, the Lady Ducks. Again, thanks to everyone for being here. If you haven't already done so, hit the like button and sub up. Ball's inbounded to Sabrina. Sabrina's bringing the ball up over the half-court line. Double screen over to Hanju. Swung over to Rebecca Gardner. Gardner down the lane, and she is fouled. Good job by Rebecca by taking it into the lane to cause something, to cause free throws. That's what I thought. But drawing foul there and trying to score. So Rebecca has the ball. 9:47, first shot, and it is good. All right, getting one more shot. Commissioner Adam Silver is at the game. Second shot is up, and it is good. So New York is now up by 15 points. All right, inbound for Washington. I think that's Amor. Amor guarded by Sabrina. Got a screen over to Shakira Austin. Good defense. Good steal by Hanju with the screen. Rebecca said it was a palming, double dribble. Said she didn't, but okay. All right, so it's going to be a side out for Washington. Inbounds to Amor. Amor over the half-court line. Got the screen action. Amor with the deep three. She missed. Rebound by Sabrina. Sabrina's bringing the ball up. Guarded by Citron. Over to Stewie at the top. Over to Han. Turn and face. Over to Laney Hamilton. Guarded by Ionescu. Down the lane. And knocked out by Dokalic. A little bit lazy right there. And, Ionescu was open and she missed her. And looks like she's hurt. She's grabbing her knee. All right, 8:53 on the clock. Yeah, she was wide open underneath, and it was a bad pass by Doklet. When you have a player that wide open, got to get them the shot and got to get them the ball for the scoring opportunity. So, but it's a timeout for an injury, and we'll be coming back to action soon. So, let's see what happens from there. So, and let's see where it goes from there. But appreciate everyone. Like I was saying before, yeah, hit that like button, sub up if you haven't already done so for the Aboriginal Sports Network, the Hardcore Sports Network, Coach Edd Sports, New York Liberty Courtside with Coach Edd, as well as tap into me on Facebook, the Big Deuce 72. Big Deuce is written out in words. 72 is the numeric. If you're on Facebook already, hit the like button there too. Also on Twitter, you can check me out at Skies Papa. I'm there as well. So you can always follow me for some great content, as well as the great content creators there at the Hardcore Sports Network and the Aboriginal Sports Network. So there you have it. But again, New York starting to play a little bit more sound, just a little bit. I'm sorry, no, they're not playing sound. They're being sloppy with their turnovers there. To start. I mean, there's quite 3 turnovers. Can't have that. It's taking away the opportunity to score. So Washington, they're still scrapping and scraping, still attacking. Opportunities on Uedi though. It was hurt. Better pass. She had an easy layup. So you have to take it from there and see where it goes. So New York is continuing the fight. Washington is continuing the fight, and we'll see where it goes from there. So, but again, I want to thank everyone for being here, for rock with me. You guys have been fabulous, man. Every last one of you guys. So no matter what it is, you guys rock through, and I appreciate everyone. So, but all right, so. Liberty basketball, I think their next game. Let me check their next game so we can see. And I believe their next game is Tuesday. Next Liberty game is Wednesday. They travel to Chicago to face the Sky. That should be the final Commissioner's Cup also for them. So there you have it, and then they'll be at facing Washington again. So, but we're coming back to action. I guess Ionescu is off. Stewie is inbounding the ball now. That's over to Sabrina. Sabrina over the half court. Over to Stewie. To Han. Over to Sabrina. A little sloppy with the pass there. Over to Brianna. Over to, oh man, right through Stewie's hands. She had it and she was open. Again, they're being sloppy. It is a sloppy play. Only way it looks like she'll be all right. All right, so Amor over the half court line. Over to Citron. Citron has the screen from Austin. Over to Doklet. Over to Amor. Amor to back to Doklet. Doklet with the shot and deflected, and looks like it went out of bounds off of Washington. So Mahan and Brianna were battling for the ball there. So all right, 8:08 left in the quarter. Looks like there's subs coming in. Over Stewie in to Astier. Astier's coming up, bringing the ball in. Down the lane. Ooh, good job by Astier. The lane opened up, and Rebecca Gardner with the inbound steal. Good job there. Over to Astier. Good job. So being smart now. Over to Stewie, to Jonquel Jones. Good, guarded by Shakira Austin. Jonquel, you had the steal Austin tried to draw a foul, flopping, but didn't get the call. But one of the guards, I think it was Mahan, got the turnover. All right, to Amor, over to Citron. Back to Amor. Amor with the deep three. There it is, over to Astier. Rebound, over to JJ. To and Astier. Back to JJ. JJ with the deep three. And she hits now. New York is up now by 20 points, 70-50, with 7:08 left in the game. So New York is really starting to move the ball a little bit now, and they're getting the open threes. So good job there. Still need to work on the turnovers, but yeah, again, it's their good ball movement, and yeah, that Ostier play, the C's just parted open nicely for her to go and tack the rim. So good job. And again, like I said earlier on that play, because they were up so high, they were seeing the screens at the half court line, stepped up. Ostier got a little room and then attacked the paint because they were so worried about the threes, and it was right there. So good job by New York there. And then JJ, ball swung around and she got the three, even though she was contested by Shakira Austin, but she got it there. So let's take a look here. No major changes in terms of the stats. Ionescu with 12, Doklich with 4, Austin with 6, Citron with 12, Betts with 4, Mahone with 8, Flores with 4, Stewie still with 8, Phoebus with 8. I'm sorry, Stewie with 11, Phoebus with 8, Jonquel Jones with 18, Johannes with 8, Ostier now up to 4, Satu Sabli 5, Hanju 6, Rebecca Gardner 2, Lainey Hamilton, and Sabrina Ionescu with 4. So every player has scored for New York there. So here you have it. Let me see the rebounds. Top rebounder in Washington is Shakira Austin with 6, and New York is still Stewie with 11. Let's take a look at the team stats real quick before we come back. And field goal percentage is 32% for Washington at 18-56. New York 47%, 24-51. 28% three-pointers for Washington, 5 of 18. 44% for New York at 11 of 25. Free throws still the same for Washington, 9 of 16. New York is 11 of 12. Reboundings 27-24 for Washington. Assists 18-12 for New York. Blocks 8-2 still there for New York, and turnovers are even at 16 points apiece. New York has gotten 19 points over their turnovers, and Washington has 13. So there you have points in the paint, almost closer, 24-22. So there you have it. And New York has a 20-point lead, and Atlanta is leading Toronto 80-69. 6:14 left in the fourth quarter. So there you have it. All right, so Ellie getting her dance on. If you go to a Liberty game, that's what you want to do. You definitely want to, enjoy watching Ellie put on a performance. And if you can get pictures, take those pictures. So, but again, New York's moving the ball nicely at times, especially with that nice pick and roll between Stewie and Sabrina there. So, all right, so we'll be coming back to action very shortly. Washington inbounds to, it looks like Flores now, guarded by Johannes. Switch over to Ostier. Ball's down the lane. And up and under by Michelle Onyewere. Rebecca Gardner brought the ball over. Over to Ostier. Ostier. Over to Stewie. Stewie with the deep pass. Over to Rebecca Gardner. And, good block by Michelle Onyewere. Good fake. All right, so, good defense by New York. Stewie with the block. Onyewere with the deep three, and she hits. Good job by Michelle. And Inbound to Ostier. Ostier is bringing the ball over the half-court line. And now the defense played because they ran the same play earlier that Ostier had it. Over to Stewie, over to Rebecca Gardner, over to Jonquel Jones, over to Ostier, behind the back, over to Rebecca Gardner, 2.6 seconds on the shot clock, and she turned the ball over. And it's a 24-second shot clock. New York overpassed a little bit too much there. Good job by Stewie on the block there on Dokalic. That ball was out of bounds, too, on the block. Should have been side out underneath. Okay, over to Dokalic, over to Flores, over to Dokalic. Citron with a deep three. And she missed. Rebound by Johannes. Johannes is bringing the ball up. Over to JJ. JJ's bringing it down. Over to Rebecca Gardner. Over to Stewie. Stewie's calling for Johannes. And she's taking it, and she's in the lane. There's the foul by Dokalic. Nice little pump fake by Stewie, so she's going to go to the line shooting two. So, good job moving. 70-55 right now. 5:18 left in the fourth quarter. Again, Washington cut it down a little bit. New York goes up big, and then Washington just chips away little by little. So Stewie's going to have 2 free throws, 11 points on 4 of 11 shooting. Ball's up, and she missed the shot. All right, so you have 3 new players in. All right, so next shot is up, and it is good. All right, inbound to Flores. Flores is bringing the ball up, guarded by Sabrina, screened by Betts. And there's the backdoor over to Dokalic, blocked again by Stewie. And Jonquel Jones has the ball. She's bringing the ball up. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina guarded by Flores. Over to Sabrina. Over to Stewie. Stewie is fouled by Flores, ran right into her, so she's going to get 3 shots right there. Stewie is doing a great job. She may not be scoring, but she's blocking these shots. She's telling them, get that out of here. All right, 4:47 on the clock. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, it was a side out. It wasn't a shot. Wow. Here's the down to Stewie in the lane. The backdoor cut was wide open. Shakira Austin got the loss. So 73-55. 4:30 and counting. Flores on the drive. And there's the shot to Betts. She missed it. Jonquel missed the rebound. And there's the shot. And Shakira Austin is up and in. And it is 73-57. 4:10 and counting. Satou Sabally over the line. And they said an offensive foul on Satou. Yeah, there we go. They showed the backdoor play. Shakira lost. Austin got totally lost there. All right, 4:07 left in the fourth quarter. 73-57. Side out for Washington. Satou was upset with that call there. Ball's in play. Flores down the lane. Stolen by Jonquel Jones. Turnover by Flores. Satou Sabally down the lane. Behind the back. Over to Jonquel. Ball's put up. And there is a foul call on Shakira Austin there. Because Satou was going down the lane. And she bodied Satou Sabally. Satou was going to the line to shoot 2. 73-57. 3:43 left in the game. So I give it another minute and almost 2 minutes before I was really clear the bench. First shot is up and good, 74-57. And I know this game is comfortably at hand. Next shot is up, and it is good. 75-57, New York. Into Flores. Flores is bringing the ball over the half court. And screen by Austin for Flores. And, that's not a foul? They called that foul? Wow. All right. Sabrina fouled Citron. 3:31 in the game. 14 on the shot clock. All right. So still talking about that foul. Into Flores. Over to Shakira Austin at the free throw with the shot. Miss. Rebound by Stewie. Stewie's bringing the ball up. Spin. Over to Jonquel Jones with the deep three. Missed. Rebound by Lauren Betts. Over to Flores. Flores is bringing the ball up. Quick action. Over to Shakira Austin. Over to Flores with the deep three, and she hits. So it's not over. Inbounds to Sabrina. Nice screen by JJ over the half court line. Flores is playing tough on Sabrina. Spin over to Jonquel Jones. Jonquel with the left hook over Betts, and it is good. Nice shot there by JJ. Over to Flores, who brings it over quickly. Trying to get it in Shakira, another three-pointer. And rebound to Sabrina. And there's the shot. Oh, she tried to get it. Not the shot. She tried to get the pass to Phoebus, who was cutting down the lane, and she missed her. So that's another turnover. 2:21 left in the game. Stewie and Jonquel Jones are both going out. So this is a little slow action to possibly take your players out. Flores inbound to Flores. Washington is also putting in bench players. I don't even know who this is right here. Shot is up, and it's out of bounds. So New York has the ball. 2:10 left in the quarter. I can't see her name. Washington has all bench players into Sabrina. She's bringing it over slowly. All right, she's guarded. Over to Phoebus. Over to Sabrina with a screen from Phoebus down the lane. Ball's tossed up, and it is a foul. And Sabrina's going to the foul line. So, but New York is also going to be clearing their bench. All right, so 1:55 left in the game. Sabrina Ionescu at the free throw line. First shot is up, and it is good. All right, so it is 78-60. Next shot for Sabrina is coming. Shot is up, and she missed it. Rebound by Lauren Betts. Pardon me. Ball's over the court. At the half court. Elbow shot, and it is good for Washington. Inbound to Sabrina. Looks like it's a timeout by New York. 1:45 left in the game. And that was a good shot right there. So it looks like New York called the timeout. Probably going to change players. You want to get Sabrina out. You don't want to get her because she's just coming back. Nothing to chance. And I understand. And that's a good timeout. That's smart. All right. So looks like they're going to put Carrera in. So Carrera will be coming in. An upcoming schedule for New York at Chicago on Wednesday, hosting Washington next Friday, at Los Angeles on the 21st, at Vegas on the 23rd, and at Seattle on the 25th. So that's going to be a tough road trip, because there's no breaks in between. It's just, day off, game, day off. So, but again, there you go. But New York's going to be able to fight through this. So we'll see. Looking forward, hopefully I'll be able to cover some of those West Coast games, maybe the Vegas game. I'll see as we go along. So, but again, 1:45. Fans in New York are cheering heartily for the Liberty. Let's go Liberty. Got somebody here with a Knicks t-shirt on. So the world champs are there too. So there you have it. So you got Carrera, you got Gardner, you got Johannes in the game. You got Hanju, and I'm trying to see who else. Oh, and Ostier. So you got your starting backcourt in. All right. So Johannes is inbound in the pass over to Ostier. Washington is playing press. Ostier's dribbling, working hard to get the ball over half court. She's getting bumped. She's in the lane. Over to Carrera, down the lane for Carrera, up and in. Good job by Carrera. 80-60. Washington's over the half court. There's the switch off. There's the screen. Down the lane. Over Hanju. That's a good layup right there. Good job. Ostier has the ball. Bringing the ball up. Calling the play. 1:17 and counting. Ostier down the lane. Back out. To Hanju, over to Rebecca Gardner. And there's a foul from behind. So New York should be going to the line there to shoot two. All right, so 105 is left in the game. Rebecca Gardner is going to be shooting two. New York is up by 16 points right now, 80-64. First shot is up. And it is good. So it is now 81-64. But we did not hit the over. So the next shot is up. And it is good. So it is 82-64. Ball's inbounded. Over the half court line. Over to the left elbow. To the wing. Over to Betts. And there's a foul call. So is this going to be a side out? Yeah, 57 seconds left, 16 seconds left on the shot clock. And yeah, it should be a side out because New York is not in the penalty right now. All right, ball is inbound and stolen by Rebecca Gardner. Over to Carrera. Over to Johannes. Over to Ostier. Ostier is down the lane, rolled up, and it is in, and it's now up to 20 points for New York. Ball's inbounded, and there's there's a fake pump. Got me. Over to ball's off of her. She's waiting. Over to Betts, and Hanju backs off, and there's the shot. And Johannes with the rebound over to Carrera. Carrera with the finger roll. Should have pulled the ball back out. But there's a foul on the play. So she's going to go to the line. That's somewhere you got to understand. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Never mind. I stand corrected because you go based off of points. So, yes, you're going to try and attack and try and score more points. I stand corrected. I apologize. So Carrera's at the line, shooting the first. And it is good. New York is now up by 21, 85-64. Carrera now has 3 points. Now this is up, and it is good. And it's now a 22-point lead. And New York is pushing their point total, and the clock is running down. 7 seconds. There's a 3-point shot. Miss, and Johannes with the rebound. Shot to over to Ostier, but the game is over. And New York comes away with the win, 86-64. Good win by New York. Little chippy, little sloppy at times, but New York showed how they're the better team, winning by 22 points. Michelle Onuetti led Washington, 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting. And Angela Dokalic, 4 points of 2-11 shooting. Shakira Austin, 8 points of 3 of 12. Sonia Citron, 12 points on 3 of 9. Georgia Amore, no points, 0 for 5. Lauren Betts, 4 points, 2 for 3. Rory Harmon, no points. Lucy Olson, 2 points, 1 for 2. Kadi Mahan, 8 points, 3 of 10. Cassidy Prosper, 2 points, 1 for 1. Alicia Flores, 7 points on 2 of 11. Their leading rebounder. Yeah, they're missing Kiki Irfan. I forgot she was out. Dokalic, Austin, Betts, all had 6 rebounds. For New York, you had Stewie with 14 points on 5 of 12 shooting. You had Phoebus, 8 points, 3 of 7. Jonquel Jones, 20 points, 7 of 11 shooting. Marine Johannes, 8 points, 3 of 5. Austier, 6 points, 2 of 4. Satu Sabli, 7 points on 2 of 5. Michelle Carrera, 4 points, 1 for 1. Anjou, 6 points, 2 of 3. Rebecca Gardner, 4 points, 0 for 1. Nigel Hamilton, 4 points, 2 of 4. Sabrina Ionescu, 5 points on 1 of 4. Leading rebound, I believe, was Stewie with 12. Yeah, she was 12. Let's take a look at the overall team breakdowns, team stats. Washington finished at 34% on 24 of 71. New York at 49% of 28 of 57. 3-point shooting, Washington is 28%, 7 of 25. New York 42%, 11 of 26. Free throws, Washington at 56%, 9 of 16. New York 86%, 19 of 22. Rebounds, Washington out-rebounded New York 32-30. Assists, New York received more, 5 more assists, 22-17. Block game, steals, New York 9 steals, Washington 6. Blocks, New York 10, Washington 3. Turnovers, 19 for New York, 18 for Washington. Points conceded off of turnovers, 23 for Washington, 13 for New York. Points in the paint were even, 30 apiece. Total fouls, New York 19, Washington 16. So there you have it. That's the total breakdown. New York moves to improves their record. Now it should be 11-4 and 7-3 at home, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's 10-4. Okay, but they're undefeated in Commissioner's Cup play. Washington fell to 5-7. Atlanta leads in Toronto 102-77 with about 18 seconds left in the third quarter. So there you have it. That's the breakdown there in terms of the stats. So, but again, good game for Washington to come away with the win. Man Cave, what's up, man? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know, we'll be talking a little bit later. Appreciate it. Salute, Coach. Great stream. Great win by the Liberty. Smash that like button and subscribe and share. So there you have it. Congratulations also, Cave, on our Knicks winning the championship. So there you have it. But again, New York ended up showing their dominance and winning as Mr. GOAT was looking for the blowout win, and they ended up with the blowout win. So, but again, you know, it's the W. Things happen. You know, everything is not easy, but, you know, New York still came away with the win. This is now 7 in a row for them, so they're really getting into a groove. And now that you got Sabrina back, we'll see what happens as we go from there. So I appreciate everyone for tapping in and rocking with us. Again, before I close out, make sure you guys subscribe to the Aboriginal Sports Network, the Hardcore Sports Network. A lot of great content creators there. All that information is there in the description. Also to New York Courtside with Coach Edd, as well as Coach Edd Sports. You know, sub up, give you a variety of things, WNBA, NFL, NBA, college, as well as streaming with some great content creators. So really appreciate everyone for rocking with me. You guys have been phenomenal, and look forward to another one. So, but I'm ready to get out of here. And until the next one, you guys be safe. Peace.
Yo, welcome to the Man Cave. Real legends, WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leave Diggy, Coach Edd, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. Sit back, turn it up. let the stories unfold. Yeah, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the man cave where the legends collide. Leaf Diggy and Coach Edd got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind.